Do you run a business or do you run a side hustle with your Amazon business? You'd be surprised to know that most people that actually give up on Amazon, and I'm talking, I don't have stats, I'm talking from personal experience. Most people that actually give up, it's not because they are not profitable, it's not because they're not making any money, it's because they're just running this thing as a side hustle, and whenever they actually stop having a lot of time, stop having as much time to invest into the business go down and they just give up and they just never start. And so this is one of the big downside of running this business as a side hustle, and this is why a lot of people end up giving up and end up failing. And this is one of the mistakes that I make myself last summer. I mean, my numbers were not as dramatic as the thing that you are going to see in today's video, because we're going to talk about a specific thing that I actually saw. I'm sorry, but this is one of the big mistakes that I made, and I'm going to talk to you guys about it, and we're going to look at some tweets so I can share some stuff that you're going to see is going to line up. So if you do not know me, my name is Chris Mangunza. I release daily videos about selling on Amazon right there on YouTube. So if you are new, subscribe, like this video so you get recommended more videos. If you need help with growing your business, I offer coaching. Check the link in the description. All right, so as I said, last summer, and if you've been following me for a little while, you will know that, last summer, I started traveling and all that stuff. And so I stopped sourcing as much as I used to. I was buying a lot of replans. I did not really source anymore. And this plus the fact that my old prep center fucked up a lot of things. And if you want to see the whole story, by the way, just type Chris Mangunza Prep Center in YouTube. You're going to find a lot of stuff, a lot of great stuff, and a lot of prep center that you should absolutely avoid. All right. But because of that, my business went a little bit down. It was not like down a lot. It went down to $25,000 a month. And this is why after that I said, you know what, I'm going to take some time to rebuild my business from zero. If I go down to $5,000 a month in revenue, I don't care, but I need to find a way to outsource a big part of my business and to make sure that the business can grow, even if I have stuff that comes, because life happens, and sometimes you will not have as much time to devote to your business, right? Even if it's your first priority, sometimes, you have other projects that comes around and that it's going to take time away, take over your focus from your business. And so if your business is 100% reliant on you putting in labor into it, your business is eventually going to go down 100%. It's 100% going to go down. I don't care. And I don't care what you think. It's going 100% going to go down if you run your business this way. And the truth is that I think a lot of people say that people outsource sourcing and all that stuff too early. I think the opposite. I think the opposite is true. People wait too long to outsource sourcing, because this is one of the most important part of their business. They take way too long to outsource sourcing the right way, right? Because people outsource the wrong way, and of course it's bad, but you should see this as a business, and you should be able, if you make $1,000 profit, it's fine. You should definitely be able to, I think it's actually better for you to actually keep your job and keep another stream of income and start outsourcing sooner. Your business is going to grow way better, because a lot of you guys do not have the discipline to actually do this for just 6 months in a row, and of course life can happen and all that stuff, but if you actually look at what I did to grow my business doing online arbitrage, it was like, and even right now, if you look at all the things that I do, I'm working every single day, but a lot of guys do not have the discipline to do, because I know I'm mentoring a lot of guys, and for a lot of guys I give them the plan, and it's easy, you just need to do this shit every single day. That's it. And a lot of guys do not have the discipline to do the same exact thing, the same exact boring thing, which is sourcing every single day for a couple of months, just for 2 months, all right? And so, this is why it's better, because you do not have that structure. You do not have that structure that you have in a job and all that stuff. And this is why I believe it's actually better if you actually keep your job for a little bit longer, or whatever, or your stream of income. You work on other stream of income, but you build this as a business, as a real business, and not as a side hustle. Because you will see that people building this as a side hustle will reach a plateau and will stop growing, and they will go down, and then they will go back up and reach that plateau again, and then go back down, and so on and so forth for a long time, until they actually either give up or they actually decide to outsource. All right, your business, and you should really, and I'm 100%, I stand 100% with what I say right now. Like, you should really build this as a business and not as a side hustle, because you will go down. Like, the only reason why my business survived is because I sold so much, like when I stopped, and it was like not for, actually it was like for kind of a long time that I actually relied on replan and all that stuff. But like, the only reason why my business was able, because also I was working on other projects as well. You know, I was working on this YouTube channel during the summer, way more than I was before, and on a lot of other projects, such as the software, such as Arbitrage Stalker. So it's not like I was doing 100% nothing. You know, I was taking advantage of the fact that I haven't seen my family for 5 years, all that stuff. And once again, if you want to see the whole story, watch my previous videos. But you should definitely treat this as a business, all right? Because if you don't, your business is eventually going to go down. The only reason why my business was able to sustain for as long as it did is because I put in so much work for the last, like before that. So I was doing sourcing every single day, storefront stalking every single day to find at least 5 leads, plus building my target list, plus running search and tactical arbitrage, plus doing manual sourcing. I was doing that every single day, for, I'd say, from November 2022 to June 2023. Or probably October, since October. I did that every single day. Okay, so it's October, November, December, plus 6, so it's for 9 months. I did this every single day for 9 months. No day off. And this is why my business was able to sustain, but eventually went down a little when I stopped sourcing, and all that stuff. So, because my business was it was still working based on the work that I put in the last 9 months, that we put in the last 9 months. So this is the only reason. But if I did not do that, and I know most people do not do that, whenever you are going to stop working on the business, it's going to go down. And I wanted to react to a tweet, and by the way, no shade to anybody, it's just something to rebound on, from Ella, who is a seller in, by the way, follow me on Twitter, I have my Twitter right there, who is a seller in the UK, who said, the reality of owning your own business, sometimes your priorities shift, your life and health becomes more important, and that's okay. I'll be pleased to see the background, blah, blah, blah. The only reason why I wanted to rebound on this tweet is because the reality of owning your own business, this is not a business at this point. This is just a side hustle, and this is why this happens. Because if you own a real business, you can step away from it, and this is not going to happen. You are definitely not going to cut your revenue in half after 2 months, right? This is definitely not going to happen. And after 1 year, your business is not going to decrease by 90%, right? So this is not a business at this point. This is a side story. Once again, no shade to Ella, no shade to nobody, but I really want you guys to get the point, right? This is not a business. The way this business was run, well, it was not run as a business. It was just a side hustle, and this is why this happened. This is what happened to me as well, but not as big. And I should have started outsourcing, at least sourcing, way before when I did, because I already was working with VAs as well, at that time. Actually, I stopped. During the summer, I stopped. But I was working with VAs before that with my Amazon business, and I stopped, not for sourcing, but for admin stuff. And I stopped, but I think that you should actually start outsourcing way sooner if you want to run a real business. If you reach $10,000-$15,000 in sale, you should outsource. You should start outsourcing. You should get a VA, and you should do it the right way. The only issue that most people have is that they actually forget how long it actually took them to get to be successful with online arbitrage, to be successful with online arbitrage sourcing. I forgot about that. It took me, for me personally, it took me 2 weeks, but I put in to be able to find consistent leads, because it's one thing to find one lead here and there, but to be able to be consistent. It took me 2 weeks of working on it every single day. Most people, it takes them way longer than that. It's just because I was doing this shit every single day, reflecting every single day for 2 weeks until it actually clicked, and I was finally able to find stuff consistently, because as I said, before that I was able to find 1 lead one day, 2 leads the other day, 3 leads and nothing for 2 days. And like, to be able to do it consistently, you need to understand some stuff. And it really took me like 2 weeks. Most people is going to take them way more than that, right? And so the reason why I'm telling you this is because when you start training a VA, like, most of you guys expect the VA to understand this shit on day 1. It's not going to work. It's definitely not going to work. You need to give it more time. You need to train them more. And you could get somebody that actually knows about the business already, but in my opinion, it's better to train your own team, right? And the reason why most of you guys are not successful with hiring VAs is because you are not training them right, and you are not giving them enough time. It takes time to train somebody to do this job. It took you a long time to understand those concepts. Don't expect these guys to understand these things in just 1 or 2 days. Of course, you're going to waste some money. You're going to waste some of your profit, but you're running a business. So you can focus on the bigger picture. Buying inventory and finding more capital to invest into your business. This is the only thing that you should be worried about, okay? Yes, you can still make the inventory buying decision, but at the end of the day, you need to think of this as a business and not as a side hustle. And the reason why you fail, and the reason why your business is going to go down, and the reason why you are potentially going to give up is because you wait too long to outsource. A lot of people tell you that you should wait. You are not ready to hire a sourcing VA because of your revenues are too low. Actually, no. I believe that as soon as you make profit, like, a VA is going to cost you $400 a month. If you make double that, you should hire a VA immediately, right? And you should find other stream of income to actually fund your Amazon growth. All right, it's not just about reinvesting the profit over and over again. At one point, it's going to go down anyway. It's not the best solution, in my opinion, from what I've seen. All right, so start thinking about outsourcing stuff in your business earlier. Okay, yes, of course, in the early days you could do. If it's the only stream of income that you have, of course, it's going to be difficult, but it should not be, right? It should not be, because you need money to start an Amazon business, right? So, except if you really start from scratch, you restart the business from scratch. You do used books that you get for free, all that shit. Yes, of course, you're going to put in a way more work, right? But even if you look at some people that are talking about online arbitrage on YouTube, that are talking about other business model as well, they never outsourced. Some of them never run online arbitrage at scale. But and I'm thinking about, who I'm thinking about, But like, if you actually look at them, they are not even selling on Amazon anymore, because they were never able to outsource outsource the right way. And so this is why they're not selling on Amazon anymore. If you work on other projects, it should not mean that your business is going to go down. And if it does mean that, it's not a business side hustle. All right. So hopefully this video was helpful. If it was, leave a like, do all that YouTube stuff. I'll see you tomorrow for a new video. Thank you for watching.